Welcome back to the Half a Day Show. I'm your host, Jay Half a Day, the flyest man on the internet, and this is the lunch break.
Is this camera on me?
I hope so.
Can we go fast today? I think so. Anyway, this is the lunch break. I don't know what episode it is, but I'm on my lunch break. Hopefully you got something good to eat. I'm still fasting, so nothing in my belly right now. Pause. But this is the entertainment episode. We're going to talk about all things pop culture. We're going to talk about everything pop culture, media, whatever's going around, whatever's trending right now in this episode. And hopefully we can get in and out of here in 6-7 minutes. Let's go. My freaking camera died. So now I'm just talking to this camera. Ain't that a blessing, man? Hey, come on. We had 2 cameras, but we only got 1. And I served the one that came. Let's leave it there. But it's been 4 months. I've watched a lot of stuff. Sinners is still probably the best movie I've seen this year. And definitely, does it count as a summer blockbuster? I think it came out in the spring. It was May. Sinners is still the movie of the year. But there are some close runner-ups. Fantastic Four, very good. F1, very good. Superman, I was asleep, but I enjoyed it. So I'll say very good. Jurrasic World, that shit was horrible. And that is one of my favorite movie franchises of all time. But if I could have left early, I would have left early. That shit was so bad, I don't even want to review it. But we could talk about F1. I be forgetting this nigga Damson Idris is British, bro, until he plays a role where he could be himself. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're rewatching Snowfall right now. And it's like, when that nigga's Franklin Saint, Leon, man, on the Dead Homies, cuz. Like, bro, what the hell? You're from Bedminster. You was a beans and toast nigga. How the fuck did you get such a strong Compton accent? You know what I'm saying? That shit was crazy to me. But shout out to Damson, man. Shout out to Brad Pitt, I think. F1, the loudest movie I ever seen in my life. It was fantastic. 10 out of 10. Speaking of fantastic, wow. It's almost like I wrote these shit down, huh? Fantastic Four was good. I think they finally did the movie justice after, 4 attempts? This is probably my favorite one that I've seen. I'm not really a fan of the stretchy powers they did for Reed Richards, to be honest with y'all. But I definitely felt like he encapsulated like his intellect and like the charisma and the slight charm that he has in the comics very well. The dynamic that all the cast had between each other was really good. It felt like they were truly a family. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of family, that damn baby, I don't know how the fuck they gonna handle Franklin Richards, yo. Like, that might be the most overpowered character we've ever seen on screen. Like, that's an Omega level mutant right there. I don't know what we're gonna do. They buffed up Sue Storm though, for sure. I think that's her name, Sue Storm. Yeah, because Johnny Storm, Sue Storm. But it was nice seeing everybody on screen. And that damn cameo at the end. This is a spoiler warning by the way. That cameo at the end, they brought my nigga Doom in the movie. What? Yeah. Like, there's a lot of potential. I think they're really setting it up very well for Secret Wars, I think. The incursions, there's so many different ways they can approach all this shit. And it'll be really nice to see how it all ties in. I think, what was it? Not Thunderbolts, or was it one of those other movies? I think it was maybe, what was it? Captain Marvel, I think, where they had the Fantastic Four ship going through space, and then the X-Men or something like that. But it'll be really interesting to see how this all ties into the MCU. I think the MCU is back, actually. That's what I do want to say. There's one other show I've been watching that I really... Oh. No, we're not going to talk about Love Island. That show is too messy. I think the reunion is actually... Did I miss the reunion? No. I think the reunion might be this weekend, if not next weekend. So we'll save that for another episode. But I've been watching Love Island. I've been watching a lot of reality TV. It's not good for your soul, y'all. Like, I freaking binged. I never watched so much of that shit. And every time I go to sleep, all I hear is Love Island USA. Oh, look at that. Clark and Taylor are sitting at the pool. I wonder if he's going to get in with his cowboy hat. Yeehaw. Like, bro, I have that accent embedded in the back of my mind. I thought it was AI. That's a real person. He's on TikTok and everything. Shout out to bro, though. But I'm not going to talk about Love Island. We're going to talk about that Clipse album, though. Because if Kendrick Lamar's album made me want to be a gangster, Every time Pusha T and Malice get on the freaking track, it make me want to sell coke. And it doesn't help that I'm watching Snowfall right now, yo. Allegedly. I still got that government job. I need to keep it. The lights are too expensive in here. Get these lights off. But yeah, that Clipse album was fantastic, and it's a good sign of, you know, where we're at in hip hop. We've been eating outside of the Clipse album. We had a Tyler the Creator album. JID is about to drop next week, I think. I just saw him for $1. We gotta fuck the other albums. Jid might got another classic coming out on August 8th. No cap. I got to go to the Dollar and a Dream concert thing that he took from J. Cole and did on his own. Wow. Man, I stood in that line. First of all, got off work. I saw where he dropped the location. He talking about, yeah, we're going to announce the tickets in the morning. No, y'all didn't. That shit came out at 2 o'clock. I saw the announcement, took my lunch break, sped over there, got there in 15 minutes. There was 75 people ahead of me. I said, thank God. By the time it turned, like it was 30 minutes past, there was 400 people behind me. God bless them. I got my wristband, though. Yeah. And it really was $1, too. Like, they didn't take any credit card payments. You had to have a cash payment in hand. And the doors opened at 7 o'clock, I think. And he didn't come out until like 8:30. So he was in there vibing for like an hour and a half or so. But when he came out, the energy was high. He performed like maybe 2 or 3 songs out on every single album he ever had. And then he performed half of the new album. Half. And the song selection, the samples, the features, I'm not going to talk too much, but the features, and he's spitting as usual. So I think Jid might got another classic. It definitely feels like Forever Story again. Not necessarily a part 2, but has that same energy and like, what's the word? That feel that he had on that album. So if you really like Forever Story, you'll like God Doesn't Like Ugly. Or God Does Like Ugly. Sorry, Jid, if I got the album name mixed up. Outside of music, well, still music, Beyonce got robbed since the last time I saw you, which is freaking nuts. What the hell? Y'all robbed Beyonce on her internet? Atlanta, y'all might never get another tour date again. Took unreleased music. We ain't heard anything else since then, by the way, y'all. So I think they might have got that music back. Them Rock Nation goons got after bro. You got dealt with. The streamer bubble, hopefully it's about to pop. Because some of y'all streamers really are beyond problematic. Like whether it's the Nelk Boys freaking interviewing Benjamin Netanyahu. Like, are y'all fucking... I can't even look at my other camera right now. That's insane. There's an interesting article. I'll post it here. I may do a follow-up video in another clip about this. It's about the age of the idiot interviewer. Because what cultural sense do you guys have to interview someone who's actively perpetuating a genocide right now? We'll leave it on there. But it's like, and then you look at your peers, Nelk Boy, the Neons of the world, the Aiden Ross of the world, and unfortunately the Kai Cenats of the world. It's like, and the DDGs, can't forget DDG. They still in my comments about my freaking clip that I had posted back the last time I freaking posted an episode. Y'all are still mad about that clip about DDG. And it's like, all of you freaking streamers are problematic. And the thing is, it's like, reality's going to come to bite you in a little bit. It's like, you're not always going to be the young, edgy 20-something. Eventually, you're going to be a 30-year-old. And it's like, your digital footprint will be so massive that you can't hide under any other claims of, oh, I was just young. We just seen this shit with Neon. Like, literally, he's talking about, I said that so long ago. You're 22 years old. You said that shit when you were 20 years old. You stood on it then, so stand on it now. Ain't no, oh, I was just a young, dumb. No, you were saying that shit to garner an audience. And it's like a lot of the WL community is like feasts and like thrives off of that edgy 4chan-like community where it's like racism is okay, bigotry is okay, hating women, hating like gay folks, trans folks, immigrants, all that stuff is like the norm in those communities. And it's like, it's so weird seeing people like Kai Cenat or Duke Dennis or Phantom Agent and any of these other people interact with people that literally don't like y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, make your dollars, but it's like, are y'all okay with your peers and some of the shit that they stand for and some of the shit that they got their fame and notoriety for? You know what I'm saying? So it just rubs me the wrong way. That whole streamer community is like, I just want better for y'all. I want better for the youth because it's like they have their attention. They have a monopoly on the youth attention. And it's going to be really hard to recapture young men mainly, but young people in general in the next coming years because of the shit that we're up against. They don't like people that are smart. They only respect people that have motion, money, or clout. So it's like, how do you deal with that? It's interesting. And then you freaking compound that shit with a media landscape that has lost their fucking marbles when it comes to the American Eagle campaign with Sydney Sweeney, whatever. Literally like the most mediocre white woman I've ever seen. And y'all got her on there talking about some, in my genes, which are superior to the Aryan blonde. Never mind. She didn't say all that. But it's like, y'all don't see what type of dog whistles y'all are blowing right now? And then Dunkin' Donuts talking about some, why the fuck are y'all talking about genes? Dunkin' Donuts. Genetics. Why are y'all even putting these shits out? Y'all think this bubble that we're in with MAGA is going to last forever? You know what I'm saying? Like, eventually a Democrat will be in office and it'll be cool to be liberal and progressive again, y'all. Like, right now it's cool to be edgy and conservative. That's the norm right now. But when culture shifts again, and next time it shifts, it's probably going to stay there. You think people are just going to forget and allow y'all to just come back into society as if you never did any of the shit you did the last 4 years? Y'all sit with that, though. But that's it for this episode. As always, this has been an episode of The Half a Day Show, bringing you education, entertainment, and everything in between. I'll see you tomorrow on the lunch break.